And welcome back. In today's video, I want to share an update from Redfin. They actually just announced yesterday their latest housing market update, and they're reporting that the share of price reductions right now is reaching a new all-time record high. They also note that rising home prices amid falling home buying demand and falling housing supply is reflecting a new weird. Redfin also notes that fewer people are choosing to buy a house right now, given the fact that mortgage rates are above 6%, but also fewer homeowners are wanting to sell as well. So our current housing market is quite unusual, to say the least. So I'm going to be sharing all the details in today's video. But before that, if you guys are looking to buy or sell a house in virtually any parts of the United States, then check out that link below, which is homeandmoney.com/Jason to get started today. And with that said, let's begin today's video. And this was announced on the 22nd of September here. And here's something I want to squash right away, because our first sentence here is talking about two different time frames here. Because it says home prices, again, these are home sold prices, increased 1% in the last 2 weeks after 11 weeks of declines as mortgage rates soared past 6%. If you guys read this article here, I want you guys to be aware of this, because you guys always talk on the channel about lagging indicators as well as early indicators or a housing market. So any housing data that's reflective of sold prices is a reflection of our housing market 1 to 2 months ago when the home seller accepted an offer from home buyer. That's a lagging indicator, sold prices, or any data that has to do with sold prices. But they're mixing two things here. They're talking about sold prices here, increasing 1% in the last 2 weeks, but they're talking about current market conditions of mortgage rates soaring past 6%. So they're really talking about two different metrics here, or two different time periods here. And I want to bring this to your attention because it appears, based on this sentence here, that home prices are increasing despite the fact that mortgage rates have soared above 6%. And this is not true, because we're talking about two different time periods. So let's look at the sold prices here. So the median sold price was $371,850, up 8% year over year. Prices have climbed 1% since the beginning of this month, which of course is September, after 11 weeks of declines. So we're talking about home sold prices over the 4-week period ending September 18th, and home prices climbing 1% since the beginning of September here. But again, we're talking about a lagging indicator, what our housing market was like approximately 1 to 2 months ago when the offer was accepted though, right? So let's have a look at mortgage rates for this 4-week period ending September 18th of this year. This is according to the Mortgage News Daily as of today, which is the 23rd of September in the morning hours. So we don't have today's average rates just yet. This is the average rate as of yesterday, which is 6.62% for people with exceptional credit, and that's average mortgage rates right now. 1 year ago, rates were only 3%, by the way. But here's what I want to share to you guys, because take a look at this. On August 18th of this year, average rates were about 5.25%. Now again, they're up about 6.62% right now, and have been above about 6% ever since September 1st of this year. But when looking at this though, we're talking about sold prices though for this 4-week period ending September 18th. So if you want to include sold houses, you really have to go back about a month, right? So if your offer was accepted on the 15th of August, potentially you could close escrow by the 15th of September. In California, our average escrow periods is around 30 days. I would imagine it's longer and also shorter in other markets. But let's just say the average is 30 days. So you get your offer accepted, you get the keys to your house 30 days thereafter. So if you get your offer accepted on August 15th of this year, you could potentially close in time to be reflective in this data here for the 4 weeks ending September 18th. So let's say you get your offer accepted on August 15th. Mortgage rates were about 5.25%. Let's just say about a week later, you were able to lock in your mortgage rate at 5.7%. Let's just say 5.6 to 5.7%. You close escrow by the 15th. So a very small percentage of these people who are included in this number here, where home prices increased 8% year over year and prices climbed 1%, a very small percentage of these people have mortgage rates in the range of 5.5 to around 5.7%. But what we really have to do is go back 1 month though. Let's do that really quickly here. Going back to the middle of July, let's say you got your offer accepted on July 15th. Then you locked in your mortgage rate at about 5.5 to maybe even 5%. So if you locked in your mortgage rates around 5.5 to 5%, and you got your offer accepted on the 15th of July, then approximately 30 days later, on August 15th, you close escrow. So what I'm getting at here is that yes, mortgage rates are currently above 6%, but they haven't been soaring above 6% until we reach September 1st and also September 6th of this year. And really didn't go above 6% until we hit September 13th. So what I'm getting at here is that when we're talking about home sold prices, this is what our housing market was about 1 to 2 months ago. So if you want to be included in this figure here, or this 4-week period ending September 18th, this is really for home buyers who had accepted offers really ever since July 15th, really all the way until August 15th of this year. And during this time frame, August 15th from July 15th, mortgage rates never surpassed 5.72%. In fact, they hovered around 5.7 all the way down to about 5.05%. So the vast majority of these people who are included in this figure right here locked in mortgage rates in the range of 5 to 5.7%. And not above 6%. In any case, we didn't see soaring mortgage rates until we reached September of this year, actually September 1st, when mortgage rates were about 6.23% on average across the United States. But for the vast majority of home buyers who received an accepted offer from the home seller in the first half of September, they haven't closed escrow just yet. Therefore, the housing market data we have right now is not a reflection of mortgage rates averaging over 6% just yet. We really have to wait approximately 1 to 2 months in order to see how this housing market is affected by rates above 6%. In any case, going back to Redfin's report here, and by the way, comment below if you guys have any questions or any comments to say regarding this statement here from the Redfin. Then Redfin talks about home buying demand decreasing greatly because rates have been increasing so much, and this is decreasing buyers' purchasing power. So take a look at this. Average rates as of September 22nd are 6.62%. As I mentioned 1 year ago, rates were only 3.01%. That's a 3.61 percentage point increase compared to 1 year ago. In other words, a 361 basis point increase from 1 year ago, which is absolutely insane. So because rates have increased by almost 4 percentage points, this is causing home buying purchase power to decrease by almost 40%. So the general rule of thumb is for every 1% gain in mortgage rates, that causes a 10% decrease in buyers' purchasing power. And because mortgage rates have increased by almost 4 percentage points, that causes a decrease in buyers' purchasing power over the last 1.5 months by almost 40%. And because mortgage rates have soared above 6% right now, this should cool off home buying demand in the months to come. Now here's one saving grace regarding our housing market right now, because we're seeing a decrease in the number of new listings hitting the market. If we were to see a giant increase of new listings causing inventory to absolutely skyrocket, that'd be a completely different story. But what we're seeing right now is a decrease of new listings hitting the market, as they've been important to you guys. So here's the latest trends from Redfin, and this is for the 4 weeks ending September 18th of this year. New listings are down 19.9% compared to the same time period in 2021. And we've been seeing this huge pullback in new listings ever since the 4 weeks ending July 4th of this year. Because we're seeing fewer homeowners list their houses for sale over the past couple of months now, this is causing inventory growth to actually stagnate or actually decline according to Redfin here. So here's active listings according to Redfin right now. So active listings are only up 0.43% compared to the same time period in 2021. Now this is much different compared to a couple of months ago, because about 2 months ago, we had gains in the range of 6 to almost 7% compared to 1 year ago. Now, over the past 5 weeks or so, we've been seeing inventory decreasing every single week. So one thing I want to mention regarding this is that Redfin is reporting that the number of houses for sale is more or less the same number we had compared to 1 year ago. When we look at trends on Realtor.com, they're reporting gains of 28% compared to 1 year ago. If you guys follow the channel, you guys know this, but over the past 3 months, inventory gains have been in the range of 25 to 30% on a year-over-year basis, according to Realtor.com. What this means is that Realtor.com has been reporting inventory gains in the range of 15 to 30% on a year-over-year basis for the past 3 months. Now, of course, this is vastly different compared to what Redfin's reporting, because right now they're reporting gains of about the same compared to 2021. Also, according to AltosResearch.com, they are also reporting gains in the range of about 27% on a year-over-year basis. This is because Altos is reporting we have about 552,000 houses for sale right now, compared to about 436,000 from September 2021. Now, this is one of the main reasons why I report multiple sources of housing market data, because it depends on the sample size you use and also the time period as well. And with that said, let's go ahead and dive right back into Redfin's report here, because they also point out some interesting trends we're seeing right now. One of those being, of course, new listings have taken a hit, as I mentioned. And because we're not seeing enough homeowners list their houses for sale, buyers are not getting much relief right now. So again, according to Redfin, new listings are down about 19.9%. For the 4 weeks ending September 18th. And also according to Realtor.com, for the week ending September 17th, 2022, compared to the same week 1 year ago, new listings are down about 10%. And again, because we're not seeing enough new listings hitting the market, we're not seeing this giant increase of housing supply. And for home sellers right now, here's what Redfin had to say. For those who choose to list their houses right now, they have lost the upper hand their neighbors enjoyed when they sold last spring. In other words, our housing market has cooled off greatly since last spring, and because of this, home sellers should price accordingly. Also, the share of home listings with price reductions has reached a new all-time record high, and the month supply climbed to a 27-month high. So here's what they mean by the share of price reductions reaching an all-time record high. So take a look at this. For the 4 weeks ending September 18th right now, the share of price reductions right now is 7.4%. This is by week. Compare this to 2019, the share was about 4.9%. At this time in 2021, though, the share was about 3.8%. So in other words, over the past year, the share of price drops has basically doubled. And according to AltosResearch.com, the share of price reductions is just under 41% right now. Going back until the early parts of May, the share of price reductions was only 20%. And according to Redfin's Deputy Chief Economist, Taylor Marr, he had this to say. There's been a lot of talk about a new normal, but what's happening in this housing market feels more like a new weird. The vast majority of homeowners who might consider moving have a mortgage rate far below current levels. Again, current levels right now about 6.6%. But because of this, there's very little new supply hitting the market. In addition, here's some more early indicators of home buying demand right now. So fewer people are searching for homes for sale on Google, down about 33% compared to 1 year ago. These are people going onto Google searching for houses for sale. Also, touring activity by real estate agents showing their home buyers houses for sale has been going down greatly as well. So here's the latest trends we have from showingtime.com. Have a look at this. So for the week ending September 22nd, we're down 15.2% in the number of home showings across North America compared to the first week of this year. Compare this to last year, we were actually up 10.3% compared to the first week of 2021. Also look at 2020. In 2020, we're up almost 32% compared to the first week of 2020. What's also pretty eye-opening regarding this is that we've had fewer home showings by real estate agents in North America compared to the first week of this year ever since the middle of July, which is absolutely insane because we tend to see a lot more home showings during the summer months compared to the winter months, of course. So as of July 15th, we were down 1%. Compared to last year, we were up 24.8%. So we've been in negative territory ever since then, but going back to 2021, let me just get rid of 2020, but going back to 2021, we didn't go into negative territory until the middle of November of last year. Now, this is entirely normal to see fewer home showings as we approach the holidays in November as well as December. Now, this is entirely normal to see fewer home showings as we approach the holidays. So that's what we see more or less every year. But it's entirely abnormal to see fewer home showings ever since the middle of July of this year. Here's yet another trend we're seeing right now, and this is according to the Mortgage Bankers Association, or the MBA. They just announced this on Wednesday. I didn't actually make a video regarding this, so I want to touch on it in today's video. This was just announced a couple of days ago, and they're reporting that mortgage applications increased 3.8% from 1 week ago. And this is for the week ending September 16th of this year. So the refi index, which of course is an index based on the total number of people submitting applications for refis, actually increased 10% compared to the previous week, but we're still down 83% compared to the same week 1 year ago. Also, the seasonally adjusted purchase index, which of course is a measure of people submitting loan applications for home purchases, increased 1% from 1 week ago, but we're still down 30% from 1 year ago. And according to Joel Kahn, who's one of the MBA's associate vice presidents, he had this to say: as with swings in mortgage rates and other uncertainties around the housing market and broader economy, mortgage applications increased for the first time in 6 weeks, but remained well below last year's levels, with purchase applications falling 30% and also refis down 83%. The weekly gain in applications, despite higher rates, underscores the overall volatility right now, as well as the Labor Day adjusted results from the prior week. And with that said, please comment below your biggest takeaways from today's video. Also, if you guys got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Hope you guys have an awesome day and look forward to seeing you on the next video.